Why, good morning, everybody. Welcome to What the Fuck We're Reading, episode 16. We're going back to Madhat on this one, so I want you all to start taking bets upon how bad this will be. Hence, I will not say anything good for this. So, anyways, first let me welcome in my well-esteemed co-host.
I wish to fortify the bars of the dragon's cage, so the dragon doesn't break through the dent made by the button.
Sveiki visiem!
Okay, so that's what happens. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that again. Yeah, sorry, the intro cut short because I changed brands, and that's apparently what we'll do.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, anyways, so next up, welcome, Ninja.
Hey, let me go have a wee chat.
Oh, I have an idea.
Woman,
Why not write down a formal protest?
don't you dare!
You can nail it to his door.
Don't you fucking dare!
Like a Protestant!
Yes, like a Protestant.
Wait, how many?
And I wish that we didn't take a break from Gatehammer.
And too bad, you were having too much fun. No, we were all having way too much fun.
And now the universe has conspired that we must read bad fanfic.
It's the only real logical solution here. Anyways, final guest of the hour, please welcome. Alright, so here on out, we're switching to brand. We're switching to brand reactions. So everybody, if you see one, please make it clear. If we see something that's inexplicable, we'll play this.
The magic of the druids.
And
when
some-
when our immersion breaks. No, that's more the stupid for something like that.
Or something
makes
dumb
no
as
sense.
funny.
Yeah. For
It's more
immersion
like a-
breaking, it's stop. My immersion broke.
yeah,
Nah,
we'll see. Anyways,
we'll see how it is.
Oh, yeah. So today's fanfic is we're back to Madhat.
well, I'm sorry. Did you guys want something good? No. If you want me to read others, did Madhat or Slipknot Dora actually find more?
To be honest, we can't have nice things. Otherwise, this would defeat the purpose of this stream.
So I need to ask people to say, "Hey, can we find more bad fanfic for you guys to read?"
Yes.
I don't want to read more at Madhat.
That find more, and we may not read anymore. Just find me more. That's the thing. That's the reason for why we exist.
I will personally, create one if necessary.
Wait,
no, because then you're just trying to fabricate views. Please don't. We need legitimate views here, for good sir.
All right.
Okay.
So
So I
let-
need.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's decide sentence order.
Yeah.
We'll go along as we keep going.
All right.
Okay.
Broken by Madhat886. Naruto is broken by the Leaf Village and runs away. Now, years later, the Leaf needs him to save them. But how can a crippled man be able to save them? Rated T for Teen. English. Chapters 31. Sponsored by
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
I did not expect that. I really didn't know.
I did not expect EA Sports. I didn't. Okay, so this is weird because this fanfic is, as it says on the little title, it's supposed to be a Naruto slash Dishonored
Dishonored.
crossover, yet the description does not mention anything Dishonored related.
Yeah. Disclaimer. I do not own any of the characters here that belong to Naruto that I put into my stories for my own OCs. Neither do I own any of the characters in any of the crossovers I do. I'm just using them as fanfic, and I have no money, so don't bother suing me. You'll just lose money instead of getting any. Remember to leave the review.
You know the rules, and so do I. Say goodbye.
Ow!
Sorry, I
Wolf,
had.
stop shooting me.
It's not my fault. The bullet just seemingly tracks you.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Good thing I'm like durable as the shonen protagonist at the end of the series.
I wouldn't go that far.
Anyways, broken. Inside a small apartment of a large city, of the Empire of Isles, spans most of the landmass towards the elemental countries, a young man awoke. Except for a pair of boxes!
You wore nothing.
So he's wearing cardboard boxes.
Don't you talk about my box.
Are we talking about game boxes? Are we talking about the sensor boxes?
I think just regular boxes.
It revealing his broken and scarred body. Patches of skin showed badly healed tissues, and a metal patch is covering the area around his heart. Author's Note 1. All 4 of his limbs need braces just for him to be able to move.
Braces?
Braces, like
Yes. Here's Author's Notes 1. Think of Vash's scarred covered body from Trigun.
Yeah, okay, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is that technically Naruto has super healing on account of Kuro being inside of him.
Yeah.
So why didn't his healing ability kick in?
Well, we'll get to that actually, because
Yes.
I've read this.
Whoopee.
He is Naruto Rook, who once called him
Dark. Seriously, like, really? You picked the most lamest last name. Come on, it's not even Japanese. Like, you would think if you were gonna give a character a last name of a Japanese franchise, you would give him a Japanese name.
Well,
or
he
at
is-
least some Asian-sounding name, not Rook.
Well, he is in Dunwall now, and Dunwall indeed is kind of inspired by steampunk dieselpunk London.
Yeah, I know that, but still...
Yeah, no, still, this is like,
Didn't
it's like he had a legal name change.
Did Naruto
And-
ever confirm his last name?
His
I'm
last
like-
name is Uzumaki.
Yeah. Also, out of all the names he picked Rook. Like, you got the like, you as an immigrant, right? You got the chance to pick all the names you want.
And you
Right?
choose Rook.
You choose the most lamest sounding name, like so generic.
Anyways, oh boy, I'm gonna put this out. September 11th, 2013. This is when the story was published.
Oh yeah. Oh.
September 2013. What was?
And it's
what's
a story about a person who's broken.
September.
9/11. This story was published on 9/11.
It's just one of those cosmic coincidences, like those, like.
It was probably by mistake.
You
You think he did it for shits and giggles, or it was generally an honest mistake?
I would say it's just pure happenance, but I'm just
Yeah,
pointing
it's
out
still happiness. It's just like an omen, like like those in like who's hyper spiritual would say, "Oh, this is a bad omen."
what's called the elemental countries in a village his home, but that was long ago. He was beaten and left for dead, pissed on, shot on by the people of his village.
Whatever you want to intercept on.
He was beaten so badly that the seal broke, which is actually impossible because the seal is made by. Okay, that's impossible. Actually, the seal cannot be broken. It is literally like the seal's been put in place by the god of death himself.
Wait, I'm reading the next paragraph. The Hokage, angered by this, revealed who his parents are to the horror of the village. What?
Get the
Yeah. Anyways. Apparently the fox decided to destroy the village yet again. Okay.
But I'm just like, so what? They're mad at Naruto because of his parents, even though the Hokage knew. Like, everyone in the village knew who his parents were. Well, except for the people who, like, are born there or who moved there, but
not the general populace of the village actually knew who his real parents were.
What?
Yeah. Like, pretty much everyone that knew who his parents were was everybody that lived before during the time of the Third Shinobi World War. It's essentially a boomer thing.
I can
like that. Like, okay. Now I have to criticize Naruto now.
I imagine like ninja.
Why didn't you tell them about? Hey, this kid.
Because I think the reason he used was that he had the fourth Hokage made a lot of enemies. He absolutely decimated entire armies on his own. And
no, couldn't they at least tell him, like, hey, this kid has a condition where he has a demon fox spirit in him?
The thing is, he's just a child.
Yes, I know. Like, they would be a bit more, I don't know, respectful.
You never know.
Well, you know how people are.
Yeah, they fear what they don't understand, and they hate what they fear.
That's just one way of doing it. And
anyways,
it's
Fox got set free because Naruto beat near death, and he's been gone for 18 years since he was 6 years old. After years on the road escaping his past, he made it to the Empire Lands. How the fuck did you do that? You would actually need to go on the boat to go to the Empire Lands.
Yeah. Did you have a friend named Wilson? Like, Wilson!
Wilson, I'm sorry.
As you're like doing a makeshift raft with your broken body, by the way. So, sailing the high seas.
I imagine the makeshift was horribly made.
Yeah, no, if the fox brought him here.
How? I thought. Wait, so wait, is the fox in him or not?
No.
So the fox just goes, "Hey kid, I feel sorry for you, even though I like destroyed your village and stuff. I'm gonna like grab you, like and throw you to this land. I know full of."
No, he carried him there. I think I don't actually remember what happened, but yeah. Also, little funny thing: if the seal broke and the fox got free, Naruto would be dead.
Yeah, why is Naruto? Yeah, unless it's canon, unless it's just the actual version where. Jesus.
I don't care about Baruto.
Yes, Baruto doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Neither this one exists.
Actually, my entire thing is that I don't. It's like let's get into another. But yes, it's established that if the tail piece is set free from the person from their Jinchuriki, the Jinchuriki dies. Like, it's 100% guaranteed mortality rate.
Lovely.
Okay.
There is no safe procedure.
No, it's
Otherwise, they would have done it by now.
Would have done it.
You would think that, like, hey, we have a demon fox spirits inside this kid. Like, maybe we should do some jujitsu to extract it.
That's it all. It was best that they actually had to seal tail piece inside a child. The reason why they couldn't do it to an adult because it's best to do it when the baby's chakra veins are still developing. Because that's when they're most likely to adapt to the foreign presence of the tailed beast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically,
the empire is a constitutional monarchy. I don't think No, I don't think that's the case with the Empire of Dunwall. What the Empire though is, I don't. They're
Yeah,
not a constitution. They are
they're
based off
just
of. They're not a constitutional monarchy. There's just a monarchy with them. Here, let me look into this. Empire of the Isle.
yeah. So I had played a little bit of Dishonored, like a couple
Oh,
hours. And,
never mind. They actually are a constitutional monarchy.
okay, but I got a question: is it constitutional monarchy or is it constitutional monarchy? Like, which is
They're
more powerful?
the head of state is the emperor and the empress, and the de facto leader is the prime minister and the lord regent.
So what's the point of
They
the
have
main?
they have a
So-
legislative branch, which is a parliament.
Okay, but the whole point of Dishonored, right, is that the Empress gets assassinated, and you are and the main character gets blamed, and you have to save the child of the future Empress, which then is revealed to be your own daughter.
Oh right. Oh yeah, we'll get to Corvo when we don't get to him actually, because Corvo's not in this fic.
What?
Yes.
This isn't connected to the
Corvo is the main character in Dishonored.
it's a Dishonored.
Dishonored 1. Dishonored 2 it is weird, where you can choose to be either Elizabeth or Corvo.
Emily.
Emily, I mean. So the basic plot in Dishonored 2 is that a couple of people have revolt of, I think from another kingdom or something, basically overthrew your government, and depend on who you pick, the other person, you could choose between Emily or Corvo. If you pick Corvo, Emily gets turned to stone, and vice versa. And essentially you go to another city and basically take down the people who took over your country.
Honestly, I think it would be better if you just played as Emily, because you could technically see it's like a passing of the torch as well as. I think the story works better if it's Emily's the main character than Corvo.
And also, that's what the marketing kind of focused on
Yeah.
a bit more. Like, basically, Corvo is like same verse as same as the first.
Yeah. Anyways, with the parliamentary government as its legislative, they have a parliament, but it's not the main. But it's not the main government, though. It's the legislative branch.
So, in this one, the island nations are right next to the elemental nations countries.
They're presumably connected. There's presumably a large connection of sea between them and water between them and there.
But it seemed like, okay, so the Empire encompasses 4 large islands and several small ones, which make up the islands. Beside the main island, that is part of the landmass of the element countries. So, I'm confused.
This is the weird thing, because okay, you have Bristol, Morley, Sarkonos, and Tivia. And then you have the Pandesian continent. No, Pandasia also known as the Far Continent. It's the... Okay, so we're going to assume that the elemental country takes the role of Pandasia, because that's in the Dishonored lore. For those of you who don't know, Pandasia was a continent that the Empire of the Isles tried to colonize, but failed. Multiple times. Nice. In fact, the people... Okay, yeah. Oh my god, the elemental countries is essentially Pandasia.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we check the Isles. Naruto is home on the island of Bristol, in the capital of Dunwall, the seat of power of the Imperial government. There's also home to the whale oil slaughterhouses that is the basis of Dunwall's Industrial Revolution. Oh, little fun fact, actually. You wanna know how they get whale oil out of the whales? To get the most amount of whale oil, they have to do it while they are still breathing. Because when they, in fact, in the DLC for Dishonored, you walk into a whale oil, you go to a slaughterhouse, and the damn thing is still alive and in clear sheer amount of pain.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to do it while it's still living, otherwise the majority of the oil will be. Otherwise, they will lose quite a bit of oil.
All right. Just can we continue this because it's
Yeah, disturbing subjects aside, like,
Yeah, the whale oil has advanced the island's technology by centuries. Define centuries, but right, even more so than what
whale
he.
oil.
Well, yeah, whale oil actually did they did propel them by quite a lot. I think it was Anton Sokolov that was a pretty big pioneer of this entire revolution
In what, the lore or actual human history?
in the lore.
Okay, so this is actually more lore accurate.
Yeah, this is lore accurate. I am pretty sure about this.
I'm just now questioning the world building of Dishonored on that, like, whale oil.
They're not typical whales. The whales are more how do I explain this?
We're freakish.
Here, void whales.
Oh, they're void whales.
Nope, that's why I typed in. Hang on, because that's what I thought they were called. No, Dishonored whales. Okay, this is what the whales from Dishonored look like. Just gonna stop sharing the screen, and that's what they look like.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
They're ugly.
Like, they're bizarre looking.
Bizarre looking whales.
Yep.
But useful.
All right. Okay. Can we get back to this fucking?
Yeah, let's
fanfic?
get back to the story. We're still in the introduction.
Yeah, right
It's
there.
not that-
Oh my god, they're actually supernatural. I completely forgot about that part.
Supernatural. Okay, the Dishonored franchise is getting weirder by the minute.
Well, they did
It's-
take inspiration from steampunk and dieselpunk London, as well as a bit of Lovecraft.
Lovecraft. Lovely.
Yeah, so basically they're just like, hey, I want to do a steampunk story with a Lovecraft twist to it, and then we just work backwards from that, essentially. Okay, let's just continue. So,
Anyway, today is his day off, and he likes his part is having stoves. So he lives off of canned foods and what he doesn't need cooking. Opening a pantry, he grabs a can of potted whale meat for his morning meal. Takes the food's changed. His can. Okay, who wants to be Jiraiya?
I can.
Can you do an old man voice? Old pervy.
Back in my day.
Who old?
try to sound like Masaroshi.
I don't know
Yeah.
what he sound. I've never seen Naruto.
That's
No,
That's
Masaroshi from Dragon Ball.
Oh.
Goku,
okay. Okay,
I-
Ninja. Okay, now Jiraiya isn't that old. That's still fits. So Ninja, you read Jiraiya's lines. Who wants to be Naruto?
Hello,
Me-
Naruto. Oh yeah,
I'll be
because
Naruto.
Lafayette gets first dibs.
All right,
Like
Latvian, you're Naruto.
Okay.
The new rule is Lafayette has to voice the main characters.
Ninja,
Hello, Naruto.
Sure, I agree. His grandson.
What do you want? I don't know.
I'm
What's
here to talk with ya.
Okay, what's the best Naruto voice?
Well, he's old. Well, he's like 20.
Sounds like a woman who smoked 20 packs of cigarettes tried to impersonate a boy.
So basically,
Baby Sage, I there.
Goku, Japanese Goku.
No,
Got it.
Japanese Goku is just a woman in like sounding like a boy. Naruto
Yeah.
it sounds
Well,
that with 20 packs of cigarettes.
Well, actually, but yeah, actually, he's about 24 right now.
All right, so okay. About what?
About coming back to the village.
Come in.
Entering his apartment, Jiraiya saw, considering he left the village at the age of 6, quite well for himself. It took him years of tracking and following leader to find his grand godson. He's surprisingly finally living in Dunwall of all places. The Empire doesn't use ninjas as a show of power, but normal soldiers. Okay. You also hear about strange things about the Isles, like dark magic and such. He settles down in a lone table apartment across from Naruto. However, this is better living conditions than in Leaf, even though I'm pretty sure he actually had a stove. Alright.
Well, I'm waiting.
The Toad Prophecy! And the medical ninjas, under her will, fix your body.
You jumped,
Well,
okay.
fix your...
You jumped. You jumped.
Oh,
You
did
jumped
no.
so far.
Oh, okay. The Toad prophecies that you will be the one who will end the cycle of hatred in the ninja world. We need you to return to the ninja to the village to begin your ninja training.
Naruto starts to raise both his arms as fast as he could, showing off his arm braces.
If you hadn't noticed, thanks to that village, I'm crippled. I need both arm and leg braces just to move. I also don't have the body to able to move around like a ninja. I'm a janitor, not a ninja.
Okay, this is an insult to janitors. You need your arms and legs to move pretty competently to do your janitorial work. Like,
And I'm basic, and I have a janitorial job.
and I'm a custodian. That is a janitor. I am a...
Yes,
Like,
please call
you need-
janitors please call janitors how they're supposed to be called, custodian personnel.
Yes. Yeah, like, whatever. But that's just my job title. But anyway, but still, you still need to use your arms and legs, because for your legs, of course, you're moving around on foot a lot of the times. And then your arms, you actually have to use arm muscles to actually do cleaning jobs.
Okay, this is a typical case of...
Stop! My immersion broke.
Yes! Yes, you just wrecked my immersion!
From
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
Like I said, this was sponsored by EA Sports.
Wait, did EA make Dishonored?
No. Bethesda. Well, Bethesda owns the company that did, called Arcane Studios.
Or
Yeah, but I think Arcane Studios defunct now.
No, actually,
Uh,
Arcane Studios is still... Technically, Arcane Studios is still under Bethesda, which means they're actually now under Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me check for you. Yeah, no, Arcade Studios is still pretty much alive.
So maybe Xbox can make a Dishonored game that doesn't take off people. But anyway,
back to the story.
the hot tsunade and the medical ninjas under her will, wink wink, will fix your body. The village won't hold anything back till your body is restored and being able to handle the ninja training, even though our ninja training is supposed to be with your kids.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. This is stupid. What makes you think that? I don't
Hang on.
even want to help you.
We're not even 30 minutes in, I'm already cracking as many reactions as possible.
Yes,
What?
we're just having fun.
My body is broken. My dreams are filled with nightmares.
Is
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it probably doesn't help that you live in the world of Dishonored, so...
that actually may be something more than just your childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Like, how did you survive for so long? Especially to get in you're in.
I've been broken shell who survived as a janitor in a place where ninjas are unheard of because they're not needed.
Ever heard of assassins? Like, that's how... You would think that,
My immersion broke.
yeah, I'm just like...
One word. Whalers. The Whalers exist. They're essentially ninjas.
And also, you know, the Empress in the game got assassinated basically by
By the Whalers.
ninjas.
By
Oh,
the
by the-
Whalers.
Yeah, and also, she has Corvo, the main character of the game, is essentially a super ninja. He's like the head assassin. He's the bodyguard / assassin. Like
I think he was like the queen. Like he's essentially like right up to the queen. Like I think he's the queen's head or something.
Yeah,
the emperor's assassin. Yeah, he's
like they made it a point where you have to put on this mask. The mask is supposed to symbolize that you're now an assassin. Your previous life is dead. Essentially, like they put a huge emphasis on that mask.
I gotta ask, aren't ninjas and assassins the same thing?
Yes.
But in the world of Naruto, ninjas are kind of different. But yes, even by even according to Naruto, the whalers are essentially the shinobi of Naruto world. Well, but even more stealthy because they actually sneak.
Yeah, because because Naruto is a shonen fighting series, while Dishonored is a stealth game at its core.
Anyways, so let me mind continue reading because this has come to a part that's like, here goes the part that will make you go, "What the f?"
Wait.
My body is weak.
Okay, my body's weak, and so is my will to try to change that. Because I knew one day one of you ninjas would find me. What? So I let my body waste away. My muscles aren't what's needed to be a ninja, or my health isn't that great either. And you want me to be a broken shell to become a ninja messiah?
Okay, so actually,
first author's notes 2. Does anybody know any fics where Naruto isn't a ninja, but the Leaf wants him to become a ninja?
Yes, actually.
Oh,
it's called alternate universes, where you make an alternate universe where ninjas are like a special class. Here's how you would do it, right? An alternate universe where ninjas are not common, and like you're not required to do special, like there is no drafting, no like conscriptions whatsoever, and Naruto just wants to become, I don't know, an artist.
You know something? I actually read a fic once where Naruto was content being a farmer, and he wouldn't want to become a ninja.
Don't tell me that's the Roman Fox.
No, it's a different one. It was like a completely different one.
To be fair, this was back in 2013. Okay, even I can't defend it.
No, this is like... So basically, he's so spiteful that he's like, I'm gonna wreck my life. Like,
it's like I'm gonna let myself catch me. It's like, what are you trying to catch, my good sir? It's like, what have you been doing to make your body worse? It's like, have you been smoking? Have you been smoking? Have you been drinking? Have you been and have you been getting around in all the ways and done while trying to catch as many STDs as possible?
Yeah, with your bracers on, like you would think that he would. The first thing he would do, right, is to get money so that his bracers become like cybernetics, essentially, like steampunk versions of it, so he can actually walk around.
You consider the fact there's actually like steampunk, like in the second game there are automatons developed by essentially this guy who's essentially like a Nikola Tesla insert.
Okay, when did Dishonorable 2 came out?
Dishonored 2 came out in 2016.
Yeah, and so if we're gonna so for quick online stuff, like Dishonored 2 definitely had some internet eye rolling, because I think that was like, I know the expansion pack of Dishonored 2 was like, oh, this is SJW stuff, but I think there was some of it during Dishonored 2's the core games marketing. Because people are idiots. But anyway.
Anyways, Jiraiya.
Naruto! I know you went through hell, but this is bigger than you. It's all for the greater good.
For the greater good.
For the greater good.
To the greater good.
For the greater Tao.
For the... You just had to say the word. You knew I would have to do this.
What?
How can they not fight in glorious hand-to-hand, face-to-face combat with their adversaries like all true champions of the battlefield do?
Occupation wants to become an artist. Where have I heard that one before?
It's a common trope. It's like common trope.
But they can't even fight in melee!
I cannot willingly associate myself with such dishonorable creatures. If they want to join the Imperium of Man, they better bring some fucking chain katanas or something.
Chain katanas sounds awesome.
Yes, it so does.
Why haven't they made chain katanas yet?
Because they're too weak to actually go into melee. Like,
well, not even that. Like, why haven't Games Workshop made like a Space Marine that it's all basically samurai theme and they use space katanas?
Because GW is currently lacking creativity right now. They gave the Mechanicus horses. That was their new edition. That's what they added in the new. That's what they added one of their newer editions. They gave the Mechanicus horses.
Horses?
Granted, it's mechanical horses, but still.
Okay, mechanical horses. Okay.
Anyways, Naruto.
Wait, where's that?
I only think.
Where the fuck? If. Okay, wait, where's that?
I only think for myself.
I only think for myself. Sorry about that. I simply don't care what happens to you or anyone else. I care only about my own needs and no one else.
Hang on, I'm trying to find right quick.
Roll charm skill test.
My child, you look like dung and I hate you. Please let us hide in your carts, for we are fugitives!
Nice talking, broski.
Alright, so what went wrong?
What Arthur just said. Essentially, he says, screw you in the world, I only about it for myself. Like, roll storm skill test.
Wait, screw you. I'm only thinking for myself as I waste away my body, probably drunk alcohol, that had to pay because the Archers Union was not sharing.
I started chain smoking as well.
You know, the Archer Union became the Snipers Union.
Well, no. This is an alternate universe. This is Warhammer Fantasy. This is the Snipers Union. So all of them, of course, are Scottish. Scottish, and they drink.
Anyways, Jiraiya.
So
Parents.
Naruto, what would your parents say?
That I learned from you.
Oh, come on. Ugh.
Fuck me.
After all, you only cared about yourself and never cared to take care of me when I needed it. You left when you're 6. How is that possible? Why did you left it being?
He wasn't even around that long.
And using my parents who put me through hell for the sake of that village. Why the hell should I care about them?
Your parents are dead, kiddo. You're an orphan. No.
Naruto, please, we need you. And also, you are a little bitch right now.
Do not hold disdain for my attractive physique. Perhaps if you groomed yourself more eloquently, you will not find yourself a bachelor still. Even more so, perhaps the young lady you court will return your correspondence when she tires of the surgeon or magistrate she fancies. Saddle goose!
Hey, Ninja, I didn't expect you to burn him like that.
Saddle goose!
Seriously, Naruto, seriously, yes, what the village did was stupid and horrible, but still, you're saying that you're purposely wasting away your body. Why haven't you, I don't know, make your life better? Naruto, come on, be like what I do when I was alone and abandoned, and look out pretty girls. I love it that I'm just role-playing Chihara saying
I wish I was that. I wish I was that into it. This as much as you
know,
were,
just be
Ninja.
funnier.
What?
You know, just be funnier. Like
What?
someone says, "This is modern couples in 20." Nothing but constant bickering.
And not communicating. Like you have to go through a therapist when you begin dating. That's the state of relationships in the modern world.
Anyways, Naruto, please finish us off.
Okay, and you have done nothing that I need. I'm broken in so many ways, and thanks to that village, you for not caring about me. Jesus, this line is so stupid. You only want me because you need me to save the ninja world, and Cripple Man saves the ninja. Eh, Once people learn that you ninjas won't be getting missions anymore. For now,
What? What? What?
Naruto, hold on, before you. Alright, Naruto, before you could continue on your silly rant here, for one, crippled people serving the ninja world is actually kind of a cool thing. Like, it encourages people to be more better than themselves. And also, how on earth a crippled man serving the ninja world from, like, disunity? Like, we're literally hitting each other. How does that make us so that we won't have our business? Here, and then 2, I have spent 18 years looking for you! What do you think I'm here for? Like, do you think I was just sitting around looking at girl panties?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Georgia, I think you're in the wrong series.
Just like right now, I'm really enjoying this just because I get to read as Jiraiya, like pointing out the.
Are you retarded?
Yes. And I'm assuming that ends with the woman getting her head cut off, but because it's Henry VIII.
All right, let's finish this. It's really not that long.
Okay, and for how powerful fighters for hire are when they need someone like me to save them.
Hey, it took us 42 minutes to get through chapter 1. That's a record.
Well, this wasn't a long chapter.
Broken 2. In one of the government buildings, Naruto's busy at work cleaning out the trash cans. He's pushing a cart filled with the trash that was built up in the building. The trash is to be dumped into the furnace where it's burned to help keep the building heated.
Okay, I get it. You're teaching us how trash collection works.
The trash collection has been changed into the rat play that happened years ago. 1. Metals and glasses are to be sent to the refineries where they're melted down to make new metal or glass. Paper and cardboard are clean, so are to be given the same treatment. Food stuff are to be used as animal feed or fertilizer, and the rest to be burned so the rats won't be able to feed upon them, or that the trash and filth will build up like it did before the plague hit.
Alright, but I will read the first author's note. We're back to regular Madhat author's note, so it's a paragraph. The events of the game in Dishonored happened about 30 years ago before Naruto was born, so the technology has been advanced in that time. So the weapons and equipment that are in the game are much more advanced than they were 30 years ago. Jushus won't work on the machines that can spot people, as they don't have chakra or minds that can be fooled. Also, the Overseer music boxes that prevent magic from being used also prevents chakra from being used as well, which means if a tail demon is surrounded by music boxes, they can be brought down to a normal giant animals that bullets can kill. I have explained why the ninjas won't be able to just streamroll through the soldiers of Dunwall, as once they lose their chakra and can't move around at their ninja speeds that they're used to, the people of the islands had to deal with magic users and animals right out of Lovecraft, and that the outsider is a god-like being who likes to give people power just because it's interesting. So dealing with ninjas would just be another day for them. Like a crossover with either Marvel or DC where the ninjas with all their powers wouldn't really stand out or be that powerful compared to what people are used to dealing with, and that the IOs already have ninja-like assassins who use magic, so the soldiers are used to dealing with people like ninjas. And for
really.
people who say no, the reason why in the game the guards aren't that good is because they're dealing with the plague at the time, along with weepers who have blood coming out of their eyes, and hordes of rats that will eat them alive, which allowed the hero to safely sneak around as their forces are spread too thin and worn out from trying to maintain order, being able to handle the hero as they would if there wasn't a city-wide plague to deal with. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things we have to now discuss here. Could you scroll down to the author's note for a sec?
Sure.
So we need to go over because... Okay. 1. This game takes about 48 years after the events of the original game. So I am not gonna argue because of the sequel or the spin-off, because this fanfic was written while the sequel was in production. So I think it's fair to do that. The thing about Dishonored is that it has a multiple ending situation. So he needs to specify what ending is he dealing with, because I know one of the endings, the good ending, there's like 4 types of endings where it's like ultra good, ultra bad, somewhat bad, and somewhat good. Something like that, right?
Actually, there's 3. It's good, bad, and just utter shit.
Okay, so good, bad, and other crap. So the good ending is set up so that the kingdom gets into a golden age. The bad ending is it's pretty much remained the same. Pretty much, is that right, Wolf?
It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much it becomes a totalitarian state. Okay,
yeah. So pretty much the same as in terms of the context of the atmosphere of the game. The ultra crap ending is complete disaster.
Yes, because what happens is that if you don't save Emily and you allow her to fall, like if you approach him, what happens next is that the entire country is thrown, the entire empire is thrown into absolute chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually, I think it's actually called I think it's just called the chaos ending.
Yeah, chaos, and then that's when the 40k gods show up and took over the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you set this up, so you haven't even set up what type of ending we're going with. So depending on the ending, right?
Mm-hmm.
The city will be a lot cleaner, right? But based on the description, it still wants to have that aesthetic of Dishonored, so it's still dirty and
so
stuff.
I'm guessing it must be the bad ending then.
Maybe.
Well, it's all dependent, really, if the events really... They're all really dependent.
But anyway, Madhat's in his... He just can't... Clearly, he can't handle himself when it comes to finding ways to nerf Naruto. He can't stop by just saying, here's the world of Dishonored, fighting the world of Naruto. Nothing changes. No, we have to advance Dishonored 48 years.
That's all. I also like to point this out, actually, when he says about the plague. The thing is that even when Dunwall's at its highest, it did stop the whalers. Like, mind you, the whalers were around for a long time. Like, even before I think the whalers were around, well, as long as Dow's let me check right quick. Whalers.
And then, also, you can't really use the guards in the game because guards being incompetent in the game is not like a war reason why they are incompetent. It's just simply because of programming.
Programming.
Because it's a video game.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Also, I like to
AI.
point. Okay, okay, yeah. 1811 is when the Whalers were formed by Dowd.
Okay, let's just continue. If it would keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yep.
And they were around long before the. Yeah, they were around before even the rat plague kicked up. Like, that's the thing. They were around before the rat plague. Because the rat plague was like a couple decades afterwards, but they were around long since then. Like, they've been targeting they've been targeting aristocrats, city council members. They've been targeting high nobles. And all the rat plague did was just leave more holes for them to use. Anyways, back up here. In the sewers underneath the city, the rats that caused the plague are still around, even after much effort was taken to kill them off. One of the ways to combat the rats is by introducing the mud crabs into the sewers. Bigger and stronger than the rats, the crabs have taken much the grounds that grants used to live in. Sewer workers were dealing with the rat-sized, slow-moving crabs and the rats. Unlike the rats, they don't crew on everything that the rats do, which cause much damage to pipes and wires. Oh, chew, not crew, chew. They also don't spread plague, and they also feed upon the waste of the sewer that leaves little for the rats to eat. Naruto wondered about how soon the nation was becoming for him. Jiraiya led to head back to the village, which would take him a couple of months to do so. Jiraiya figured out that Jiraiya would have to come alone just in case it was a wild goose chase. He went on a whole ninja team and get him without first making sure he's there. And given how far it is to the elemental countries, the Leaf wouldn't waste having several ninjas away for that long without knowing their target is there. Especially because just about every non-domestic animal that are found here around here can easily kill you. Before you read about the Pandician continent, it's even worse with even more hostile wildlife. Never mind, the Pandician continent is still a thing.
You could have easily just done it that the elemental nations is that continent. Darn it. Like, come on.
He read the publishing log of a man named Sokolov about an expedition to the continent. Apparently there are schools of quite little flying fish that attack and poison anything they can touch. When strong enough to throw people off the deck, massive flying serpents, rats that can eat people alive, and prairie moles that can poison people. Oh, by the way, I like to point this out, actually. Little fun fact. Little fact. Actually, the rats that are in Dunwall aren't even native to Dunwall. They've been exported in. No, they're imported in. Like, this is all a plot.
Ooh, no. Prairie moles that can poison people? You know what? Beware of the deadly Zanzibar hamsters!
Oh, no.
What has this author done?
Yes, bring back the Metal Gear meme!
Actually, yes, the rats, they're not even native to Dunwall. They're actually from, they actually were imported in from Karnaka.
Karnaka. Now that's...
which is the capital of the island, Sakonos. Like, they actually, honest to God, it was actually revealed that they plotted this, so they imported the rats in. Yeah, just to bring chaos to the city. Like, this was all plotted by the noblemen.
Yep, okay, let's go.
Anyways, in addition to that, there's potentially magical whale song that drives people mad. And at least one person was found dead from nothing identifiable, with a look of absolute terror on his face. Less than half the crew survived the crossing, and apparently that was one of the better expeditions. I wonder if he should leave a paper trail that would make the ninjas think he left an expedition at that place. You would not even make it by...
Also,
okay,
author's note too.
Okay, the people in the western half of the continent are much tougher than on the eastern half, because they had to with them living in a death world.
No, you cannot pull Warhammer 40k, my good sir.
What? Yep. No.
That's
no
illegal.
Warhammer 40k. You can't pull that. You can't pull Warhammer 40k logic. Warhammer 40k logic only works because it's freaking Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, like, it makes sense when it's Warhammer 40k, but not here. No. No, the citizens of Dunwall are still just as fragile as the citizens of Naruto.
Yeah. It's...
Like, not every single one of them carries around a bone charm that gives them that makes their bones tough as shit.
Yeah. And plus, we don't... The Warhammer 40k takes place in the 41st millennium. So for like millions of years have passed by. So like the idea of Warhammer 40k is why people are tough living in these Death Worlds is because they had millions and millions of years of evolution.
Yeah. After you dump that trash, go and grab some oil tanks for the power room. One of the main clerics that run the government office set up as he walks by with the arms full of paper.
Right.
Says he had a fire room. The government building North works at is the building that maintains the barrier that keeps the Rub Shore financial district from flooding like it did during the plague years. After years of rebuilding, the district has been rebuilt like it used to be before it was flooded. The building, besides the guards, there are also several arc pylons around that, depending on their setting, would either kill anyone within range that they have not been configured to recognize. The building also has watch eyes that are based on the watchtowers that were used in the past but are much smaller, so essentially cameras from Metal Gear Solid. Look, some of them are even mounted with guns. These are literally the Metal Gear Solid cameras.
So are we really going into thief territory now?
Yeah, I think we're honestly going into thief territory.
Like, I know Dishonored is, like, a clear inspiration is Thief.
Yeah.
But, so it's like, okay, it's okay to have, like, some things, but this sounds more like,
This sounds more like a Thief thing than it does a Dishonored thing.
Yeah.
Even if you use the it's been 30 plus years excuse, just know. Like, it seems a bit too much advance. Like, especially since, mind you, in Dishonored 2, actually, but I don't know where the sequel didn't come out until, like, a few years after this, but, automation was not really as thought of much. There was literally only one man that actually thought of it, and that was... What was his name again? Frick, I forgot his name. He was a smart man, but my god, he was... But yeah, like I said, Jindosh. Kieran Jin... I think that's his name. Jindosh?
Jindosh. That sounds like a Star Wars character.
And also, we're actually going at a reasonable pace. We're halfway through.
Yeah, I think his name is... Yeah, Kieran Jindosh. He's essentially Nikola Tesla. Like, he looks like I'm pretty sure he was based off of Tesla.
Oh, the Outsider is
I know.
Yeah, I'm just letting the Outsider's in this chapter. So, hey, how about we have Meta voice the Outsider?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, right here. Jindosh shares several similarities to Nikola Tesla. Both have claimed to only sleep 2 to 4 hours a day and are known for displaying primarily in electrical and mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
Anyways, the watch eyes will sound the alarm if someone that doesn't recognize interested sites. Also, some in off-limits areas are armed with mounted guns. Well, how about you do the Metal Gear Solid tactic, and that's just scoot up against the wall and just hide underneath it. It can't see down now, can it?
yeah, or find like some other tactics, or simply use magic to teleport.
Oh wait, how about do this? Just go up under the ceiling. Just climb into the vents.
Yeah, I'm just talking about Dishonor logic. Like, one of your main moves is literally teleporting.
Well, it's not exactly teleporting, actually. It's more like moving your... Because I've actually tested this out playing Dishonored 2. If you fall and use Blink, the fall damage still carries over.
Well, yeah.
It's not really teleportation, because your kinetic energy is still transferred over. It's more like shifting... It's more like your body moves at an insane speed toward a place.
What I mean by it is, like, gameplay-wise, it's teleporting.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like teleporting, but it's not really teleporting.
Yeah. But essentially, for this situation, all you have to do... Oh, look, see that spot? I'm gonna imagine that spot, activate the Outsider move, boom, there! Haha, they can't see me.
Also, there's this thing called Time Stop that does exactly as it says. It literally stops time. New world.
So does that mean it's Zawado?
Yes, I have made that joke so many times, and there's already been Dishonored videos that made that joke.
The fuck?
Damn.
Are we putting JoJo references in fucking Dishonored?
They were already listed.
Sorry, but once you include a time stop ability, the JoJo jokes are going in. The JoJo jokes.
What, like Tenet is also gonna be a JoJo reference soon?
Well, with Teleport Blink, it's more of like an application of the hand movement.
Like I told you, legit check private chat.
Never. never underestimate.
Like I said, this joke was made. This was already made joke. There was even like the screenshot I took of time stop on the Dishonored wiki, where it's essentially like a JoJo conversation between Dowd and Corvo. Oh, because there's a bone charm that can extend your time stop to 12 seconds. Anyways, the ninjas are good, but they never have to do that to protect them, as mind jutsus won't work on non-living things. Genjutsus don't affect those. They just see the perception.
Oh.
It's not deceiving the mind exactly. There are illusions that mess around with your sense to see. Naruto stops his card at the trash chutes, each for the different types of trash he's collected, and dumps them in the right ones. Then he wheels his card to the supply room to get the new tank. Unlike the tanks of the old days, they have been redesigned so it won't be as easy to make one explode if thrown or drop. Because his body is so strong, he needs his cart to transport the heavy tanks. After much effort in lifting the tanks, I'm surprised he hasn't suffered. I'm surprised how his back hasn't already collapsed, since he's been letting his body go to waste.
Yeah.
Then he started walking to the power room for this floor. The city does have a power grid that is powered by several dams to help control the river that runs through the city. I don't think I don't think you should dam up the only river, one of the very few rivers that run throughout your city. That, and you probably won't be able to construct very large dams. Does he know how dams work?
I don't know.
Like, hang on. I'm going to check right quick. Dunwall was clearly based off of London, so I'm going to check right quick.
Oh my goodness, you can do the Sawano move! Yes! Okay, sorry, I was distracted. So where are we?
I'm looking up. Yeah, there is no real dams on the River Thames, but there is a barrier. But it's more of a defense than it is for electrical purposes, I think. Because it says that they dam up the river that's running throughout Dunwall, and that's kind of stupid to do. In the sense you don't Dunwall is not Dunwall's based off of London, and the rivers that run throughout Dunwall are pretty similar to the River Thames. And that runs through England. Yeah. Anyways, security systems and backup power all run on the whale oil in case the power fails. But whale oil can go boom. You walking past the guard room, Naruto reaches the power room. Knocking on the door, blah blah blah. Large power tank contains whale oil tanks to power the security of the room. Also in this room is a spare diving suit that the workers sometimes have to use to fix one of the pipes that are underwater, as the building is next to the river. A stairwell leads down to the basement connected to the river port.
Okay.
You like it, that. You're sad seeing that Naruto has his arm and leg bracers on.
Thanks.
Take care. The power room was always stabbed by at least one guard inside the locker room that could be sealed so if needed. All the government buildings have shutters on all openings to prevent anyone from escaping. So you also made it the trap for the employees inside. Okay.
Hey.
There is an override for it, but it only activates a fire hazard until the building is on lockdown. So all we have to do is just ensure you can't get out. Okay. Once Naruto reached the supply room, he emptied his cart, putting empty text into the sun wall. Oh my god, this is not needed.
Yeah, like right now it just seems like, okay, are we gonna have Naruto sneak in? Like, is this a setup for a point where Naruto has to sneak into the government building for stuff?
No. Anyways, when he suddenly noticed that everything seemed off, then he realized what had happened. Someone's using a jutsu to mind trick him. You could see how everything's going waving around him. Has to be Leafness who can't get him. No, it's not them. A male voice says a strange man.
Oh, it's Meta. Meta.
Yeah, try to do your best. Okay. Should we probably hang on? This is what the outsider sounds like. Should we go with Dishonored 2 outsider or Dishonored 1 outsider?
Dishonored 1, since this fanfic was written.
Okay, hang on. Anyways, that's what the Dishonored 1 dialogue. This is when you first beat the outsider.
Right.
A male voice says a strange man appeared in front of Naruto. A strange man dresses in a black three-piece suit with a black tie and a black top hat. Oh, god dang it. Why'd you have to make him look like a fancy man?
What do you mean?
And a black three-piece suit with a black tie and a black top hat. That is not the outsider's fashion style, no good sir.
Yes, this is a fine British gentleman. Hello, my name is Mr. Monopoly.
Like, mind you, the outsider is like, he doesn't, like, when we see the outsider, he's just dressed in like the most casual clothes ever. Like, he wore a freaking brown leather coat. Oh, and that was with some, hang on. Let me find it right quick.
So he would wear a t-shirt and gym shorts if it was the modern day.
Like, this is what the, it's like,
okay, I am trying to hear what this guy sounds like.
This is what he would wear.
To be honest,
what?
If yeah, they just okay. That's how he looks like. Cool. Looks like a fucking.
He looks like he has the Larry stance.
Yeah, I know.
Top down.
I know it's a P.
Okay.
I know they removed the background, so that's why it looks like that.
Like, even as a Dishonored 2, it just darkened his clothes and it just made him look darker overall. Oh, but it didn't do much to radically change his design.
it looks like he seems. It looks like he doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore. To be straight honest with you, I am the outsider. I am the outsider.
There you go. That's actually pretty good.
All right.
All right, then.
I am the outsider. I am.
Okay, the first line is no.
No, it's not them.
ML. Anyways, Naruto.
Okay. Mine. Okay. Are you a ninja to bring me back?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am beyond that, or anything else you have ever encountered. I am the outsider, and I've come to see you as you are interesting.
I have heard of you.
Many have or have seen my work one way or another. For the beast that once was sealed inside of you was created by the sage that I gave power to. He was very interesting and managed to defeat the spirit that was interesting.
The what?
Even created the way of the ninja when he showed others how to use chakra. All interesting, but few ever see me.
Alright, so this is a huge lore bomb. Boom!
And this is kind of our character for the outsider. If he shows up, he's not going to explain half of shit to you.
But basically, he just... Wait, this is out of character?
It's like, considering what he does, very rarely does he like make you sit around and listen to him talk about certain things. He'll tell you why he's there, and then he'll do something. And then he'll probably offer you something, or just straight up give it to you, and then screw off into the oblivion and just watch you. Like, the only...
I am Uwatu, the Watcher. Listen close.
Like,
so he's basically a Watcher from Marvel, except he gives you powers, and then he just hangs around to see what happens.
Like, if you go to the outsider shrines to collect the runes that are there, then he'll actually give you some explanation of some things that are going on. But it's more like informing you of the situation at hand. But the thing is that he will not explain what the F he does.
So, yeah, so we got a lore bomb here, that basically saying that the outsider is everything.
I am God.
He's not even God. He's just strange. He's not good. He's not evil. He's
basically G-Man.
Yeah.
He's more. Yeah, he's mysterious. He's morally ambiguous. He's supernatural. Oh, very. It's like.
So Dishonored is basically Thief mixed with a steampunk setting mixed with Half-Life now.
No, imagine the Outsider and G-Man working together.
No, they won't work together.
They're sworn enemies to each other.
They're not even sworn enemies. They just don't care.
They're like, you do your thing, I do mine.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Okay.
You're the one?
Okay. Yep. There's no need.
Most people would welcome my power.
Oh god, I have to read a fucking wall of text.
Hold on, before you start.
Oh, fuck me.
If I have to take your powers, the ninja will think I'll still have power. When they bring me back to the village, I would show them what they have done to me. Broken shell with no help would ever be a ninja because of my body and the fact I simply don't care to be one. I want to put all their effort in making me into a ninja only to see all their effort to fail. Because I don't have the strength or will to become a ninja. I want them to feel the guilt and shame that some of the hero of their village has been reduced to a sad state because of what they did. Gaining your powers won't allow me to enjoy that.
You are going to be interesting to watch.
Okay, question. Does he always say that you are going to be interesting to watch?
Yes, his entire thing is that he likes the entire thing is that he doesn't appear to just anybody. He doesn't like even Anton Sokolov, who is an extraordinary individual. He just said that if Sokolov wanted to talk with the outsider, he could start by being more interesting. Because the thing about the outsider is that he doesn't talk to anybody, to just anybody. You can't demand his attention. Like even the people who worship the outsider, he views them as being just unhinged individuals. Well, they don't get any favor by worshiping him or doing anything in his name.
You just
so,
need to be
so essentially, his worshippers are notice me, senpai.
Yes.
How the fuck they even know him?
Listen, he doesn't play favorites, and it doesn't care what your social standing is. If you prove interesting to him, he's going to appear to you.
Yeah.
And more often, in the second he appears to you, the next thing to follow is you being given his mark. So afterwards, he's not going to care what you do next. Because the thing, okay, Harvey Smith described him as somebody with human emotion but inhuman perception. And he just views things through an otherwise neutral lens. Like, he cares little if the person he gave his mark to turned out to be like a mass murderer. It just murdered everybody that breathed with his powers. He doesn't care less. It's because that's not what he cares. He doesn't really care about that. His thing is, like, he's just otherwise neutral. Like, the second however, as long as you keep yourself being interesting, he'll keep watching you. But if you prove to be this just overall uninteresting character, he ignores you altogether.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm guessing you would lose that power.
Okay, so basically the end is basically saying he needs to get ready. Naruto has to get ready at this chapter. We did miss a author's note.
We're gonna read it after it because.
Well, that's the last sentence.
Oh.
Best get ready.
The driving suit is like the Alpha series of Big Daddies from BioShock. Okay, whatever. And then, okay, how about you read this?
Also remember, I just like fix the plot armor rule of cool and drama saving plots work. If a ninja is shot in the head, no matter who it is, they'll either be dead or be brain damage. And in all my fiction dealing with Naruto, he will never just forgive the deals for all that is done to him. Or did he just turn his back to them, or he just used them till he no longer needs them? So anyone like that reviewer who got into the flame were with me and with Robin Fox because he didn't like how I was writing my fic, and he always stuck around because he thought I was writing a fic with Naruto was just like in so many other fics, forgive everyone. It would never turn his back to him. This isn't that kind of fic.
Oh, so he has known Roman Fox.
Yeah, he's just writing Roman Fox, but with Dishonored.
Oh,
this is just out of spite.
Yeah, this is like more spite.
What, are you retarded?
This fucking thing is 31 chapters.
Yeah, like he really hates Naruto. He hates it so much that he writes multiple fanfics about how the Leaf Village treats Naruto and Naruto not forgiving them.
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
At least EA has the audacity to change their games from entry to entry.
Anyways, Broken 3. Blah, 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 Leaf Village. Okay, so the events of the tuning exams happen where there gets demolished by the sun. Sand Village. Barely with visions feeling.
I just love it as like, okay, time for summary mode. Summary mode.
It's like, I don't care about this part. Tsunade, who wishes to be Tsunade? If you could voice an old bag with B.
Okay.
Well,
all right. Let's continue. I have to leave and I have to leave soon.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Jiraiya, did you find him? Tsunade asked you to paperwork on her desk.
I did find him, but he refused to come back no matter what. I offered him.
Where?
Where did you offer him?
Naruto was living in the Isle Empire in their capital city, Dunwall.
Did you tell him that we could fix this? We could fix his impotency.
No, I didn't.
Is erectile dysfunction?
Maybe I should have offered him like a whole bunch of girls. That usually works. Offer him a harem.
I offered him food as well.
No, I didn't offer him harem. I kind of was like, he was such a lost cause. Seriously, Sonata, he's just a bitch right now. He literally is wrecking his life on purpose because he doesn't want to go back to the Leaf Village.
What's this hell? Has it count diabetes yet?
No, he's even doing the most obvious ways of wrecking their lives, like going on gambling sprees and getting drunk or laying with women. No, he's just sitting there.
Did he chain smoke yet?
No! He's doing an awful job at it!
Damn it.
Goku! Okay, yes, and I'm not sure that I remained hidden from the whalers, but I felt that I was being watched the entire time I was there.
Did you call the scene when you peek in the bathhouse?
They don't have bathhouses there, and even I know better than to draw attention to myself while in their territory. I do it in our territory. They don't like us ninjas to operate in their territory, and they're good at what they do. Very good.
How his brother had tried to operate in seeing he has a chance to test against the Westerners. He had a brother once.
Oh shit.
You know the rules, and so do I. Say goodbye.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so we just added random lore just to make the Naruto ninjas more pathetic. Okay.
Pathetic.
Okay, do they know about Naruto?
Not sure, which is why I returned. I could come back. I could have came back with Naruto, but that would have drawn attention to myself. Those guns, the Watchmen, are no jokes. Seen the damage they could do firsthand, and that it might draw attention of the wearers with their supernatural abilities, even though, like, we could use chakra, which is about the equivalent. There is also the fact that the weapons have been upgraded. Like, seriously, like, this... We're in a world with some crappy fanfic writer wrote just to make us look pathetic.
Okay, let's see here. So he brings out the University from Garp into the desk. This is the latest model. It looks different from the one I've seen before. So I said, looking over a strange weapon. Unlike this long, smooth model she had seen, this one's more compact, less likely to be seen.
They're easier to use and more deadly than they were before, even though they're basically a gun. Like, seriously, guns are just the same. The only good thing is that the bullets still use whale oil. If someone ever figure out a way to make ones that don't need whale oil, it means the end of us.
Really? Holy shit.
Oh, I just want to check something. Yep, they use whale oils. Yeah, it's like...
What?
Yeah, they use whale to fire their guns.
Apparently, black powder is so hard to make.
Well, it
You need
is
to follow...
powder.
If I remember correctly, the ingredients are saltpeter, nitrate, and charcoal. No, hang on. Hang on.
Yeah, totally, which is totally hard to make in a steampunk setting.
Okay, no, saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal. That's it.
Yeah, like, it's so difficult to do it in a steampunk setting. Like,
I don't know,
seriously.
I mean, their guns technically do kind of work differently, since they do... This is actually the weird thing, is that we actually never see any longer weapons. We just see them using pistols. Oh. Like, I don't think I've ever seen... I don't think I've ever unironically seen an automatic weapon in Dishonored.
Well,
I
it takes
think
place in 80.
No, even then, like, not even... Like, I don't think I've seen flintlocks. Like, there's no flintlocks, well, sorry, not flintlocks, I haven't seen muskets, I don't see blunderbusses, I don't think there's even a base, I don't think there's even, like, a prototype of a sniper rifle in Dishonored.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Also, we're doing good progress.
Yeah, this is the final chapter
of our reading.
Yeah.
Maybe we can end the session by reading some stupid ways to die in 40K.
Yeah, I thought of it. Yeah, I think of that as well.
Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it quick so we can get to that.
Okay, how about we just skip this part then?
Basically, just summarize. The Empire is so superior than us.
Oh god, guns!
Guns! And then we need to find a way to get Naruto out.
But what if he can't make children though? Okay, back to Dunwall.
Wait! That literally is the end. They make.
Meanwhile, in Dunwall.
Ninja is still dying from laughing about.
Anyways, inside the massive lighthouse that connects to the fortress on King Sparrow Island, the royal spy master is looking over the information of the traveler that caught her spy network's eye. The fortress not only serves as a stronghold in case of war, but also serves as the information gathering center for the spy network who works in the shadows to keep the Empire safe. The current royal spy master is a woman who always wore an armored suit with a helmet covering her head with a hooded robe covering the metal. No one outside a small circle knew who the woman inside the armor is. While many only know her by her title, Spy Master, she's actually Jessamine Caldwell.
What?
And the mother of the current empress, whose death was only the beginning. The outsider took her heart and had a man named Piero to make it part machine. Corvo... No, that's not how the heart was made.
Oh my, like, this doesn't sound right, like...
No, this is bull. First off, the heart was never part machine. It's something, but it's definitely was never made by Piero. The outsider made it. And it's not even the real heart. It's a facsimile of a heart. This is what it's looked like.
What the what?
Yeah, and also, like, is that the little...
Like, this is the heart. This is what the heart looks like. This is not organic. This is not even supposed to exist. It is a facsimile of a heart. Calling it a heart
of the heart of the Empress that got killed.
Yes! As the outsider took her heart.
Her soul?
Yes, he put her spirit inside of it. It's technically her prison, if anything considered.
Whoa,
Why did the outsider do that?
Oh, all right. Apparently, he was correct. Piero did make this heart.
Okay.
But by eventually the outsider. But that doesn't make much sense since.
Wait, does the priestess becomes? So what happened to the emperor? Like this whole thing that the empress becomes the spy master makes no sense. You would think it would be Corvo.
That's Corvo technically already was the spy master to begin with.
Yeah, like why did he change it?
Look here, okay. Like, yes, Piero made the heart, but no, you cannot. It's like
you literally resurrected a character. That.
No, I have to point this out. Actually, this heart, it's not even like even though it's created, it's not a real heart. It's a facsimile of one. And it's essentially designed as a vessel, nothing more. Thank you. Let me find it real quick. And also, all Just Me is hilarious. Like, I'm gonna look at Just Me real quick because this is something I really don't like. And this is how Just Me acts in this story. Like, Just Me is just a compassionate rule. Whoever takes, like, she's selfless. So she's compassionate.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah.
So what he did? So the author literally changed her story from like this compassionate rule who got killed. Like this is supposed to be a tragedy. Now she's just a heartless bitch.
Oh, they pulled a Sindel on us.
Yeah.
You wait.
Yeah. Beep, beep, bitch, she's a dirty bitch.
Corvo used her heart in her mission to save her daughter and avenge her death. Afterwards, Anton Sokolov helped Piero to create an exoskeleton and metal to serve as her body. No. Not really. No.
Oh,
no. Actually, no.
Flesh is weak. Flesh is weak.
Actually, no. The outsider would have taken back the heart. Because it never belonged to anyone in the first place. It was never Piero's, it was never Corvo's, it was not even Emily's. It belongs to the outsider. So by the time that Corvo was done using it, he would have taken it back because he had no need for it. And that's not all. We're talking about messing with something that has been personally touched by the outsider. That's not how things work. She retains her powers to know any secrets when she sees a picture or touch an object belonging to the subject. She became the new royal spy master. She wanted to make sure what happens wouldn't happen again. Since then, she's been expanding her spy network. Why isn't Corvo doing this? This is literally Corvo's job. Corvo was your trusted right-hand man. He's good at what he does. Why isn't he the royal spy master?
In fact, what happened to Corvo?
Don't know.
That's my question!
That's why I keep saying, it's like, the thing is that the royal... I don't think Corvo's even mentioned after this. Like, there's no more Corvo. Anyways, so she gets the power to know anything about anyone just by simply look at them, which is literally the power of the heart. But no, just no. Anyways, with the strange clothes of Wild Harry stuck out, while they do get people from the Animal country visiting every now and again, having a Toad's showing up is another matter. He's known here in Dunwall as his books have been translated and published. There's someone or something have lured him to the Western Islands. The whalers don't like ninjas operating in the West.
This section in a nutshell. Look at my avatar. The flesh is weak. Flee. You must join the Datus Mechanicus.
Alright, let's try to finish this.
The guns are now revolver style. The only reason why only a handful of guns are in the Elemental country is because they still use whaler to fire, which is costly to ship from the Isles. As is, a rubber for the bullets do the same damage that they do in real life, and being shot isn't like in fiction where the body can take it. Actually, the body is quite durable.
Yeah. There's a reason why you have reports of cop shootings where they shoot
it's like
multiple bullets in there. It's not just one shot. It's
multiple shots. Like, they don't just shoot a pistol at you and like boom, you're dead. It's like guns aren't one hit, instant kill.
Yeah, it's adrenaline. You have to keep in mind with the thing called adrenaline. Adrenaline makes
And that's it all. Like, remember the tales of the woman that managed to lift the car off her baby because she, like that urban legend, like the woman who desperately needed to save her own baby from being trapped underneath the car, so she somehow gained Herculean strength to lift the car off of him.
The fuck?
Wait,
like,
what?
There have been tales of people surviving falls from heights that would have otherwise killed them.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like
or they do superhuman moments because of adrenaline. Adrenaline is
one hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Very.
That's screw cocaine. You gotta get up on that adrenaline, boy.
Screw steroids. Like
adrenaline's your drug now.
Like the human brain is fully capable of pushing the body past its limits, so as to achieve superhuman feats when it absolutely needs to. So you can relatively lift up a very heavy thing despite not being as strong as you really are, because your brain needs, because you want to survive, and the strength and survival will cause the adrenaline to force your body to suffer through a lot of pain to pull off an otherwise Herculean feat.
Alright, so let's just continue. So basically his arguments is pretty much he's trying to make the argument about how the Naruto ninjas can't survive bullet wounds.
Not to mention, I suppose athletes are lucky that once they reach 30th, that their joints won't be giving them pain, which is nothing compared to the things that the ninja put their bodies through on a daily basis. Not to mention a hard living style without medical care would age people, as before medical care, people just didn't live that long, between 30 or 50. The ninjas created their medical skills simply because they wanted to have ninjas last for a few short years before they burned out. As training ninjas to do their ninja tricks is a lengthy, demanding, and expensive process, which is why they need their medical gear that would allow them to last longer. While the older ninjas only fight or go on missions when they need to, as damage their bodies went through when they were younger had caught up to them. Now, this is also a good reason why older ninjas lose to younger ones. Rare does that happen. Remember, Duna, what the frick was saying? I forgot what the saying was. I forgot the saying. Never underestimate an old man in a profession where they usually die young.
Yeah.
It feels that he didn't get there through just being firm, just because he managed to live through his prime. No, he has a lot of wisdom on his side.
Just look at Commissar Yarick. Look up the tale. Commissar Yarick in Warhammer 40k. It's that principle to the maximum.
This is pointed. It's because the old ones are better. Because it's not because the old ones are better. It's because the old ones aren't as strong as when they were young and can't take that time again they could have taken before.
Yes, but they make less stupid mistakes and they do less stupid risks.
Because the thing, while they may lack in like their primal state, they were in their prime state, they still have a lot of wisdom on their side.
Like, there's a reason why in like Naruto and even Boruto, Kakashi used this thing called the bell test, where he attaches a bell on him and challenges students to try to take the bell from him.
Also, can I point this out? I'm trying to remember something. What was I about to say actually? Right. Crap. Frick, I can't believe I forgot. I actually lost my train of thought. I was about to say something. And I can't believe I actually forgot. Dang. Man, how did I forget? How did I forget? I had it, and then I lost it. Dang you, Ninja.
I know the feeling.
Dang you, Ninja. You made me lose my train of thought.
Hey, it might come back. It might come back.
Yeah, let's just for number 3. What as one of my reviewers, Jigalag wrote, ninjas are more like battle mages rather than ninjas. The wearers are more what comes to mind when you think about ninjas. Also, they don't wear clothes that would make them stick out. But then again, the element countries are full of ninjas, so there's really no point in hiding it.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use a game series as a reference. We're gonna use a game series as a reference. Do you know how a lot of the time the hardest bosses to fight are always the old ones?
Yeah.
Like grandpa age levels of a they're some of the most hardest boss fights. It's because despite the fact that they're far past their prime, they still would be able to whoop you 3 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, because that's kind of the point. The point is that they're experienced and they.
Still, when you fight Ishin Ashina at this when you fight the Sortse himself in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, you're dealing with someone that's pretty much has lived a very long time and is now back in his prime. So you're dealing with double the threats. It's like you're essentially fighting the equivalent of a battle god.
Yep. But so back to number 3. The Naruto ninjas are more like, let's just take the mythological aspects of ninjas and just make that the main focus. Essentially, and like the whales are more like the assassin archetype, which ninjas are, but assassins don't have that mysticism behind them.
Okay. Number 4, the armor looks like the outfit that Corvo wore, including the mask.
Of course you did that. Of course. So basically, you didn't want Corvo to be
a bad guy.
No, alive.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point? Anyways, before we wrap up,
freaking finally.
Some fun.
Number 21, take precautions when playing Gretchen Ball. For those of you who don't know, Gretchen Ball is becoming very popular in some areas that are on the front lines with orcs. Capture a few Gretchen and use them as a kickball. Pretty fun game, really, but you have got to take proper safety precautions and defanging and claw the Gretchen. Because if every time I have to write out a form killed in single combat by a Gretchen outside combat zone, I die a little inside.
Okay, my turn. There are no such thing as squats. They never existed. Okay, really.
Ninja.
Do squats actually?
Oh! It's a dwarf, Dawn.
That's a dwarf, Dawn.
They're called squats. There is no.
Yes, squat existed. Squats did exist in Warhammer. Dwarves exist. They're called squats. You want to know what happened to them?
What?
Matt Ward.
Yeah, he basically had the squats killed off by just a single eye, saying that all the dwarf worlds got eaten by Tyranids, even though the dwarf worlds are part of the core solar system.
Yeah, so Matt Lord is like, I don't the Ryan Johnson of the...
Yeah, pretty much. Ryan Johnson did.
Well, the worst part is that Matt Ward actually owns Warhammer. This is actually his creation.
So he's George Lucas and Ryan Johnson.
Like Matt
more
Ward,
like George Lucas.
Oh, come on. George Lucas doesn't fucking ruin his own movies.
People who hates the prequel says otherwise.
Then again, most of their criticism is bullshit.
Well, also, he does have a habit of re-editing his older works and adding CGI. Like, there are people who hate both the prequels and sequels.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Let's just continue before I want to...
Number 23. Number 23. Do not mishandle plasma weapons. Plasma weapons are some of the best weapons we can get our hands on, but they must be handled with care. Contrary to popular belief, they rarely explode. Only really doing so if they're damaged or if you keep firing them after they're already overheated. Though I'm hesitant to tell the two people that, because the second they hear that, they run off and start blasting away without restraint. If they had stayed and listened for 5 more seconds, they would have learned that the exhaust from a plasma weapon's venting heat can still melt your face off. I mean, she could have at least waited until she got her stupid ass killed, so I couldn't got it in another I told you so.
Another woman killed? Come on, man.
Maybe this is to explain why there's only male Imperial Guard miniature figures, even though the Imperial Guard both men and women.
Okay, okay.
Number 24.
Space Marine bolters are beyond your ability. See, people assume Space Marine bolters are the same as are the same bolters that the Imperial Guard sometimes uses. This couldn't be further from the truth. We get a rather stripped down version with a smaller caliber. Space Marines, being Space Marines, get a more powerful variant because they can handle it. You know, because they're built for it. I know this because one guy took a better off of a dead Space Marine. And to any potential Inquisitors reading this, I had nothing to do with it. And took aim at some orcs in the distance. He had his nose right on the sights, and Emperor's bowels. It took me a solid hour to get it out.
Let's find. Come on, why the fuck he got himself killed? At least we finally would have ended the sexism. Come on.
No, you know what's
No,
weird?
it was a guy. That was a guy at least.
Finally, we finally.
No, but remember, it's like so we got a Gretchen ball. That's clearly a guy.
Okay.
Only guys would think of that stupid.
Okay.
Number 25. Do not copy the death corpse of Krieg. See, unlike most people, I know for a fact that the core are trying to get themselves killed. And ironically, they tend to die in less stupid ways than most of the people on this list. Still, they're pretty suicidal. They're the only regiment I ever saw attack a trench line with a bayonet charge. Chris, too, they were batshit insane enough to actually make it work. No, it turns out my entire squad joined the charge without permission because they were so impressed by the bravery of the Corps. When I found the bodies, I wanted to scream. They were trying to kill themselves. What's your excuse?
Also, correction, it's not a bayonet charge. It's a bayonet charge coupled with a shovel charge.
Fucking shovel charge? What are they, soldiers of Team Fortress 2?
No, well, that's the joke. The joke about the Death Corps Krieg is that they love using shovels as their melee weapon.
Right.
They're such they're very German. It's expired, so they even have
German World War One.
Yeah. Number 26.
Alright, the Tyranids cannot be domesticated.
Hey, on your first try.
Yes, someone tried it. It didn't about as well as you think. You think that no one would be stupid enough to try it, considering that even the Inquisition has a hard time capturing gene stealers. Gene stealers? It's like a weird wording for clones.
No, gene stealers are essentially people who the Tyranids infect to infiltrate society to be part of make a gene stealer cults. Then they infect people of higher positions and to eventually just overthrow the government and basically let the Tyranids come and eat them. And then, of course, when they're about to be eaten, the Tyranids turned off the gene stealer thing, so they realize in horror what they've done as they're getting eaten.
Oh, that's horrible. But you always get that one dense person. Oh yes, Corporal, you did introduce me to Henry the Gaunt. What's that? You just rip your throat out? Well, call me unsurprised. On the side note, if it isn't poisonous, it isn't that bad if you burn it to the crisp. What? We were low on food.
What?
At least finally another male died. Finally, we have achieved equality.
No, Latvian. We actually were seeing true gender equality whenever, the people are neither praised nor are they shamed. They don't get any benefits for being a woman, nor they are allowed to use the excuse that they are a woman for their absolute failure.
The common things that we notice is that the men die because they take very obviously stupid things. The women die is that they don't listen to the men. Men in terms of proper procedure.
Let's keep reading.
So who's more stupid then?
I would say the men because they.
At least women have an excuse they didn't listen. The men just come up with stupid ideas they didn't fit through.
Number 27.
Never try to use Necron tech. Look, I get it. Necrons tech creates some of the most stupidly powerful weapons in existence. I want in on that too. But trying to use it never freaking works. And if you try it, your brains will be on the ceiling, your large intestines all over the floor, and your gallbladder will be sucked into my good eye. Will be stuck in my good
Oh god.
Number 28.
Rogue traders are not dashing rogues. Okay, that's not 100% true. Rogue traders are people just like the rest of us. Some of them are dashing rogues. But with the galaxy the way it is now, they're pricks like the majority of humanity. So while there is always a chance that while joining the crew of one results in you going on a voyage of adventure and romance, it's 10 times more likely you'll end up as an indentured servant, giving the trader 10 kisses on the ass each day because, oh, you should have read the contract. I don't care if the ink was invisible or you signed it with a gun to your head. Where does the death come in? Let's say rogue traders can get impulsive when it comes to making long, dangerous journeys and rations run low.
Okay, rogue traders don't belong in Warhammer. They feel out of place.
They work. It works. It just works. It just works.
Tiny foes. It just works. Number 29. Right. Space soldier suicide missions. People, Space Marine Terminators go in there and don't come out. There are Gene Stealers, Orcs, Chaos, and who knows what else is in there. I don't care how much ancient and valuable technology there is in there, all the riches in the world aren't worth shit if you're dead. And even then, if you're stupid enough to go in and drag me along, at least plan a little bit. I swear, if this is true, stupid friend of mine, they convinced, blackmailed, me into going along with them. He got to the first room and then died in 2 seconds because the room was flooded with radiation and he had no protective gear.
Oh my goodness. Yep, this is definitely a guy thing.
Blackmail? What's that? Okay, whatever. Alright. Number 30. The warp is dangerous. Yes, people really are this clueless. You think you wouldn't have to let someone to not stick their head out in the snip during a warp travel. But Private Dumbass was an impress his girlfriend and had to spend 10 minutes punching in the face for the hell he became with the butt of my rifle. Not gonna lie, might have gotten a little carried away there. I think he might have actually died in the first minute. Hey, most of these experiences are the first hand. I needed to vent. Kill him.
I love it that this private died because he wanted to impress a woman.
and then the guy telling
it's not the stupidest thing he could have done.
Number 31.
Yes, eating fruit is ill-advised. We all like a bit of karmic justice. Outthinking the Eldar, outgunning the Orcs, these are situations that we live for. That being said, getting revenge on the Groot who ate your buddy by eating him kind of backfires. Groot absorbs the DNA of everything they eat, and they eat a lot of poisonous animals. Your vicious plans of revenge don't really go that well when you end up choking to death on your own vomit.
Don't arm wrestle. Rule 32. Don't arm wrestle with
Catachans.
Catachans. Not only these people built like they have. I'm not sure if that metaphor works for the woman, but shut it. But they can pretty much turn the bones in your hands and powder. When they somehow lose, they tend to be piss poor sports and try to stab you. And that, my children, is why I only have one eye. Poor sport, bitch.
But this time it was because it was a Catachan woman.
Number 33. Don't be reckless with overcharged lasguns. Once most guardsmen learn lasguns can be safely overcharged to get more stomach power, they want to do it all the time. No, that pisses through ammos like you wouldn't believe. At best, you can get 20 shots off where you run out, and you'd be surprised how fast you could fire 20 shots in a battle. So when the woman next to me having the right Colts foaming at the mouth, charging her with an axe, she essentially could only point her gun at him and go pew pew pew. Let me tell you, that girl has had one hell of a swinging arm. I think I still have the axe.
Well, essentially, this is because she just ran out of ammo.
Okay, she didn't die stupidly.
Yeah,
I'll let that slide.
It's-
One died.
Okay, let's just.
Oh, yeah, number 4.
Oh, I am such a lucky bastard. Okay. I need to prepare myself. Okay, no sex if a Nurgle cultist is in the same star system. For the boss part, this is unnecessary because one good look at the Nurgle because you will probably turn off of sex for at least a good decade. Wait, what?
In parentheses, all Emperor's ball sack I did, no person could have boils there.
What the fuck? And the thing is, Nurgle is a morbidly obese pedophile who loves to give everyone the clap.
What the hell do you think all that talk of Papa Nurgle is about?
He brewed up a few 100 million variants of it. You think of an airborne disease-utilized woman to carry for a year and then gets a sexually transmitted or absurd concept? When I have a friend who had to cut his dick off to avoid being killed by one of them, but we had to burn the thing to the fire sustain a scared parchment with the prayers written in every corner. Even when I still think we should have thrown the equivalent of a saint in there.
I think you're gonna like the next one. This one is probably what you were made for.
Yes.
Hold on. I need to get on proper attire. I need to put on my proper gear of Dark Angel.
Dark Angel.
Yes. Never tried to comprehend the plans of a Zinj cultist. If Dorgal is a morbidly obese pedophile, then Zinj is a twat with insecurity issues the size of the Eye of Terror because he always come off like he has something to prove. As a result, his cultists make stupidly complex plans involving 4 betrayals, 5 inheritance schemes, and 7 acts of arson just to work in a place that has a nice view. Trying to figure out how the hell their plans works will actually result in your brain ended up outside your skull. Don't ask. Somebody tried to figure it out, and that same thing happened to him. And you kind of need that thing.
So their plans are so complicated, your head will explode with how dumb they are.
Rule 36. Know your limit. Look, humanity kind of got the short end of the stick. Our technology isn't what it used to be. The Imperium is run by incompetent old men, and everything out there either has better technology, better biology, or both. Just know when to drop it, say, fuck you, General, and bolt. Contrary to popular belief, a Gunnosaur is much easier to overwhelm than a whole orc army.
Well,
thousands of idiots were going to die. One a pointless suicide charge against orcs. One soldier didn't stab the connoisseur to death with their bayonet. They all stared at their slack jaw going, all right, we outnumber his small shells 100 to 1. While the lady was in the middle of a nervous breakdown and ripping his heart out to make sure he was dead. Anyway, that's how I met my wife.
That is this guy has a what's the Chad version of a woman? Like, we know Karen is the one that is like the worst version of a woman. Who's the Chad?
A Thad.
No, for a woman.
Then I think it would be
Tomboy. No. That's
what about a Rin?
Rin?
Don't be a Ray, be a Rin.
Yes.
Don't be a Karen, be a Rin.
Number 37, don't take the Dark Eldar drugs. I don't want to go into this. I was young and stupid. People died. I woke up naked in a tree 3 days later in the middle of a volcano. To this day, I don't know what the hell happened. Not even once kids just smoke legal sticks. Oh, the moral isn't to not do drugs. The moral is to not use Xeno drugs because Dark Eldar drugs are made for insane fetishists who need to prove how sexually active they are. And you know how trigger happy comments art exist.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got the best one, Wolf. Space number 38. Space wolves. Space wolves are not being friendly doggies. Well, that's a lie. I have only seen these things twice, and they're vicious killers. They will rip your limbs off and chew your bones down to the marrow. So don't try and give them a great big chew toy. They already decide that you will do. Every time someone tries it, and the space will just sees it as them not having to feed their pets for a day. So don't look for them to help for help.
This message, this number is written by Lionel Johnson.
Lionel Johnson.
Yes, that's the Primarch of the Dark Angels, and he there's an old rivalry between Dark Angels and Space Wolves.
Number 39.
Frack the Imperial Infantryman's uplifting primer. Yes, it's best used as toilet paper. Really, just frack everything about the Emperor Forsaken book. The second your commander isn't looking, burn your copy. I know what you're thinking. Isn't the primer a galactic joke? Doesn't every guardsman worth their salt know how crap it is? Well, hundreds of men and women new to the guard die each year following its stupid advice, and even the more experienced soldiers sometimes die following the advice that seems more reasonable, like stabbing orcs multiple times in the throat to make sure they're dead. Not a bad idea in concept, except melee range with an orc is a place you want to avoid at all costs. And they don't mention that what to do if the orc tries to bury his axe in your bowels when you're on thrust number 3.
Okay, final one. Oh.
40.
Do not attempt to make an elder farseer your sex slave. Why do I have to say this? Isn't it obvious? Doesn't it go against every rational instinct in the human body? Okay, first of all, you're trying to make anything your sex slave, you deal with me. I don't care how grim dark the world we live in is. We are not the fracking Dark Elder. We have standards. Second of all, farseer, are you insane? Those things shred bitter and space marines to pieces. What makes you think you have a chance at surviving and have a secret? Third, government would allow it, and anyone that starts the captain, Farseer wouldn't let anyone eager for a screw near it.
I love it how.
There's more.
Oh, the fucking more.
Oh, but this is irrelevant because why would we have a Farseer? They're dangerous to keep contained, and even if we did find a way to flash through 3 blanks to her so that she doesn't murder an entire planet, you bet your ass her entire craft world is going to show up and try and save her. And me finding an army so we can get a fuck toy? Not happening. I was disgusted by the concept. Let me know if it was worth getting the avatar of coming set on you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now I want to read a fanfic about that situation.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We got a new fanfic author for us to look at.
Eclipse Phoenix's newest story, Trapped. Never put on Samurai Scream into frustration.
Oh.
Okay, Ninja, I want you to find it and put it on the list.
All right, but yes, that's. Just send me a link through the Discord DMs to this fanfic so I can start searching. But yes, that is hilarious. Oh man, this was I love this section. This is my favorite part. Is we get to read about 40 stupid ways people die in 40K.
Yeah.
I found it.
What?
How many chapters?
It's on. Okay. Yeah, it's. Well, he left out something there. It's called Trapped in 40K, and it's not just. I'm gonna just put it in the private chat for you.
Oh no!
Well, actually, I'm actually gonna put it in the private DMs. Hang on, give me a few. I have to pull it up.
Yeah, how chapters is it? How many chapters is it?
Is which?
Wait, it's not even on officially. It's just fucking on this weird ass.
Oh.
Chapter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
great! Fucking this one.
Oh.
I can barely read anything in fucking Archive around. It just feels like a fucking. It's either to do a fucking math question while on
Okay,
drugs.
This is.
You couldn't find it on fanfiction.net.
No, I got it. It's a harem fanfic.
It's a harem story.
Really?
And with the explicit rating.
Oh, okay.
That one we would have to, if we were to cover that, we would have to summarize it and not show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. We're not gonna cover that one.
Yeah. That would be like that would be more of a like if we have a Patreon, that would be like a goal of like get this amount and we will suffer reading this.
Yeah, so you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna read the first chapter. Or on my own, of course. Should we do another chapter of Avoiding Stupid Debts, or leave it here?
I think I need to leave. I need to check what the fuck my mom was doing. All right,
Atta.
Yeah, I think let's just end it here. I want to expand this hilarity as much as possible.
All right. Just wait till you get. But yeah, we're not at the end when it comes to the orcs thing, though. There's more.
Of course, there's more orcs.
Like, there's what I really like, where essentially it's like there is no time to be singing on the battle when being charged at orcs, especially when you're all off key. Even the orcs start singing, and they're somewhat better than you, and all they're saying is, "We is the best, yes we is."
Well, okay, so my favorite one was definitely about the Eldar, the Farseer. First, it begins with, "We have standards!" And then it just goes to the obvious thing. Why did you want to kidnap a Farseer? You're just gonna attract an Eldar army, and I'm not gonna fight a war just because so you can have a sex slave. And then
still alive, right?
Yeah, and then followed by my second favorite one is That's How I Met My Wife.
Like, look at Bloom in the weirdest of ways.
Love really does bloom in the weirdest way ever.
Yeah.
So what is your favorites?
Okay.
My favorite actually comes later on.
No, of this section.
Oh, this section? I will definitely say the warp one and the wife one.
That's how I met my wife. He's just telling this story to a bunch of his old buddies, and his wife is there.
How about you, Madhat?
Huh?
What's your favorite of this section?
Fuck. All of them were pretty good. I think the one got me was like, I forgot which one, but it was somewhere around in the like 30s or something, and it was like, I started choking on laughter. It was like coughing while laughing.
Okay, I am reading that fic right now. So the main character gets isekai'd into Warhammer 40k.
Oh no!
He comes out of the webway gate, and the Inquisitor immediately decides not to execute him on the spot, despite the fact that the possibilities of him being a heretic because he came from the webway gate being high. Like even even a character notes like why he's clearly a heretic. He came from a Xenos advice. So the Mago said there could be any number of reasons for that. Escaped slave, lost away, but the list goes on. Well, Cillian Inquisitor decides like, oh, by the way, this Inquisitor actually has a captured Eldar Farseer.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She has a captive Eldar Farseer.
And I'm assuming it's a chick.
It's a chick. Like all Farseers are chick.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. And the Inquisitor is a chick.
Yes.
Okay, I know where this is going.
You've read it.
No, I have not read it, but I know where this is going. It's good. It's going to end up with an Eiffel Tower.
You see enough hentai to know where this is going.
Unfortunately, yes. I'm actually on my 20th day without getting off of porn. So
let's see here.
Okay.
Oh, even the top chief hospitalier is chick. Oh man, that leads into so many fantasies you have no idea.
Oh my goodness. We got a sister battle. Hopefully, it won't be ridiculous as, I don't know, a female space marine.
As the great emperor once said, girls are yucky and have cooties.
Yes. No girls allowed.
Anyways, everyone, see you all next time.